Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And Holy Paladins are getting what exactly in 9.2? Well, they're getting a ludicrous amount of burst healing, and I'm going to be covering some interesting builds that I found on the 9.2 PTR that you may be interested in checking out yourself if you are deciding to take the treacherous journey of maining a Holy Paladin in patch 9.2, because I think this video should come with a bit of a warning. Holy Paladin is not having the best track record for PvP at the moment. In PvE, you've got a bit of a target on your back that has got a lot of your abilities nerfed, such as the Venthyr Covenant ability, Ashen Hollow. So be wary with the Holy Paladin, but it does have some interesting treats coming with it, particularly for the Necrolord Covenant that I wanted to cover in a build here for you. Now, this first build focuses around Light of Dawn and making it get to a ludicrous amount of healing output, something that Holy Paladin is already known for. So this build is kind of more or less a meme, in my opinion, because you can already pretty much top a lot of targets with one Word of Glory. But just for the sake of the memes, I wanted to see this build fold out. And then after this, I've got a build that's focused on cooldown reduction that may be a lot more powerful than first thought. There was actually a lot of legendaries that I was thinking, wait a minute, why is no one talking about this? This might actually be a viable option. So the synergies that we're going to be looking to build here is the legendary Shadowbreaker, Dawn of the Sun. Light of Dawn's range is increased to 40 yards. All allies within your Light of Dawn benefit from Mastery for extra healing, and Word of Glory receives a 50% increased benefit from your Mastery. This is great just as a synergy legendary for the Necrolord Covenant, because you're going to be getting a lot of Word of Glories using the Necrolord Covenant ability legendary, Girdle of Unity, which we're all going to get in the next patch. Vanquisher's Hammer has one additional charge, and an additional cast of Word of Glory will automatically trigger Light of Dawn. So we're getting a bunch of automatic Light of Dawns. When we jump into our conduits, we're going to have a conduit that when we activate Aura Mastery, it's going to increase the healing of our next 3 Light of Dawns by 63%. We then are going to synergize this even further with Honor Talent's Darkest Before the Dawn. Every 5 seconds, the healing done by your next Light of Dawn is increased by 20%, stacking up to 5 times. We have that up here, 100% more healing. And we have another Honor Talent, if you really want to go full meme with this, Divine Vision, which increases the range of your auras and also will reduce the cooldown of your Aura Mastery by 60 seconds to benefit from that previously mentioned conduit. So if we're looking at the healing dummy here, we'll get some holy power up here so that we can get an immediate Word of Glory to just kind of see this on the details for how much healing is done. Hopefully this is going to record my healing. It would be unfortunate if it doesn't. It looks like it might not actually record my healing, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll be able to look in the combat log for it anyways. Regardless, we'll activate Wings on Use Trinket, Vanquisher's Hammer, which we can't use because we need an enemy target. We'll quickly find an enemy target. Testing this stuff is interesting. And we'll get our big Light of Dawn heal. And did it actually record my Light of Dawn there? It looks like it did. So we were able to get 2 normal hits for 24k. We did an Aura Mastery, and 2 hits for 50k. And if we had Aura Mastery, that would have been an additional 63%. So even let's just take this again. We'll get full holy power. And this time we'll just do only Aura Mastery, no wings. We'll do Vanquisher's Hammer. Get a charge here for Word of Glory. We'll pop our Aura Mastery, and then we'll Word of Glory to proc Light of Dawn. And that's going to give us a bunch of procs. And our Light of Dawns are able to get up to 60k. So you can see that this is a really big, chunky, bursting amount of healing that you can get out, especially when you combo it with the Vanquisher's Hammer, so that your Word of Glory procs all of those extra Light of Dawns. It's always consuming this Darkest Before Dawn buff, and it's going to get you a tremendous amount of healing output. And just going to allow you to avoid casting in a lot of situations as well. You'll be getting the damage benefits of the Vanquisher's Hammer added into this mix as well. But it's more or less kind of for the memes, you know, like what's the biggest heal we can possibly get? And this is definitely one of them. I think when Wings comes up here in a second and 20 seconds, or when Aura Mastery comes up in a couple seconds, we can really do the all-in build for that. But the other build that was catching my eye was a cooldown reduction build. So I wanted to synergize this because it's basically anytime you spend holy power, it's going to reduce the cooldown of your Blessing of Freedoms, your sacrifices, and your bops. But was the Light of Dawn going to be triggering as a secondary holy spender, right? Are you spending 6 holy power every time you Word of Glory with the Vanquisher's Hammer? So if we reset all of our cooldowns here, we'll get our bop on cooldown. We'll get everything on cooldown. We'll run our Vanquisher's Hammer here to get a stack. And then we'll just start to try and run down how fast can we get our freedoms off of cooldown? How fast can we get everything that we need off of cooldown? So normally it's like a for 30-second cooldown, I already have basically Word of Glory back at this point, or Freedom back at this point. So I can just keep healing. I'm not even synergizing it with the Vanquisher's Hammer because unfortunately I have to like walk over here to be able to do that and then come back. But if you're able to get your Blessing of Freedom, again, you get these resets. You can get your Freedom to just like practically no cooldown. Looks like Blessing of Protection might be bugged. I feel like my Blessing of Protection is getting a longer cooldown every time that I'm doing this. So that's an interesting bug, because I think I'm running a talent that's supposed to reduce its cooldown significantly outside of that anyway. So might be bugged with Blessing of Protection, but I was looking at these builds. Looks like it's at least working for Freedom. We can see that my Freedom is reducing quite rapidly. I'm not even able to properly weave in the correct rotation because this training dummy off to the side. But with the Vanquisher's Hammer procs and getting our Light Before Dawn procs, we're able to get out big chunky heals onto the target with this cooldown reduction. And another build that I wanted to check out for Holy Paladin was this one that's around the healing of Martyr. So Light of the Dawn increases your next Light of the Martyr by 10% for each ally healed and allows that Light of the Martyr to heal through Beacon. And Light of the Martyr is a very inexpensive heal. It's 700 mana compared to Holy Light's 1500, Flash of Light's 2200, and Holy Shock's 1600. And Paladin's main problem has been mana. You can also synergize this with a Conduit, which is Light of Martyr's damage and healing is increased by 10% each time it is casted. So you can stack this up all the time, proc your Light of Dawn from your Word of Glory Vanquisher's Hammer, and then get these beefy Light of the Martyrs, and it will heal through the beacon. So you could put a beacon on yourself to recover from that additional damage. And this could perhaps be a way to get more sustainable, longevity, mana-oriented play from the Holy Paladin specifically that you may want to seriously consider, because that has been its main weakness for PvP, at least. In PvE, as far as where you're going to end up falling, where the chips are going to end up falling, how far are they going to go on the nerf bat hammer for the Venthyr, it is yet to be seen. But it was these three builds that I wanted to cover. We've got a cooldown reduction with the Oozer's Devotion, and we've got this kind of memey Light of the Dawn massive burst healing that might just be a little bit excessive. And then this other build that I think people aren't really considering, which is kind of making all of your healing oriented to Light of the Martyr while still benefiting from the free Light of Dawns and reducing your mana expenditure, allowing you heal through Beacon with your Light of Martyr and slowing the damage over time to yourself rather than being all just direct damage immediately, could give you some big openings to have a lot of mana in 9.2 and save you in PvP. But aside from that, that's all I've got here for the Holy Paladin in patch 9.2. If you'd like to make sure that you're staying up to date with all of the changes coming to the game and all of the news and everything like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay ahead of the curve. It's absolutely free. Just lets you know when my videos go live. I do my best to bring all of those changes to you in real time. If you'd like to follow me on twitch.tv/Supatease, I'm streaming every day there. So viewer games, 0 to heroes, and rank 1 pushes. So always an entertaining time over there. Let me know in the comments down below with your thoughts on Holy Paladins. Do any of these builds seem particularly interesting to you? Are you going to be picking it up as a main? Is this time for the Holy Paladins, or is it going to be their time of their downfall, since they seem to have a target on their back and not the best record right now in the recent patch, at least for Shadowlands and PvP? We'll have to kind of wait and see. But other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.